So last time I recorded about an hour and a half session, and the entire time I had the video capture on the wrong screen. So I did a bunch of stuff, and it's not recorded. But what I'll do is I'll just kind of recap what I did and what we've got so far. Um, so as you know, I think we're working on character creation. In character creation, right now I've got just a minimal set of classes. These can be added onto later. The character races, this is enum. I loaded the racial features in from the sets, and I've got some descriptions as well from the documentation, but it is what it is. Um, and now I'm creating the first game master interaction. So I took the this game master instructions for players to build a character sheet, and I passed it through Claude. I passed it through Claude and asked it to give me a, well, I don't have it anymore. And asked it to give me a good, oh yeah, game master system prompt. So like I gave it um, all the text from this document, the game master player build. Then I built all the tools that I knew that we were going to need. So when the interaction is that a player is going to be talking to the game master in a chat. At first, it'll just be text, and you'll the game master will say something like, "Okay, like pick your first. Let's pick your race." And you can ask questions, and it'll give you information that it pulls out of the game master guide or the player handbook about the different races. And then you'll say, okay, I want to be this one. Then when you choose it, uh, the um, the game master will make a tool call in order to set it. So that's how we're going to figure out like um, kind of the language model will do the intent detection, and whenever it thinks that like you're setting the character race, it'll be like boom, here it is. It'll come back in a tool call, function call, and we'll know what the race is. Similarly, we'll do the same thing for the class. After the race and the class are set, then the next thing that we do is we'll get the attributes, the attribute values. And so for the attribute values, I showed you this, generate ability scores. Right now, we're just using one approach. It's 4 roles, sort them, take the highest 3, and then just return 6 of those sorted into an array. You can get new ones. If you don't like those, you can just like, no, I don't like those. Give me another one. Well, whatever. It'll just keep going. Then you'll have a conversation where you say, okay, like, set the strength to this, set the dex to that, set the butt to butt. Right. So then and maybe this is all at once. So maybe it should be like, maybe I should do this like one at a time. Anyway, we'll see how this works. But like the user will be able to set strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma to the values that come back. And then when they're happy with it, they can say ready to move on. Boom, got another one of these, like basically a no op. It's kind of like just intent detection that they're ready to move on. Then I've got a placeholder for this. This is the lookup rulebook. Um, So I don't want the language model to hallucinate attributes or hallucinate rules or anything about races or classes. I wanted to only be able to look up information from the rule book. And like there's kind of like three different things that I want to use here to help look that up. One of them is a question. So it's just the question that you want to answer. The second is like, a bunch of tags or labels for the content that the user or the game master is looking for. And then an example answer. It's just like a made up answer that looks similar to the one you're looking for. And so what we'll do is we'll take these three approaches. Instead of tags, this should actually be, I should probably do keywords. Yeah, keywords makes more sense. Keywords for the content you're looking for. So we can do we'll do a processing step where we take all the player guides. Each page is like fairly small. We'll load that up into Claude 3.5. We'll ask, like go through and for each paragraph, well, something like go through for each paragraph, generate 5 example questions that are answered by the content in that paragraph. And then we'll get a whole list of questions. Then when somebody asks a question, we'll use some kind of embedding. We'll match the question that they asked and see if it's one that we had pre-generated. And then we can use that as kind of an index to look up the rules where that is. Then we'll take that and we'll put it in the context, and then that will be that'll be used to generate an answer. We could also use it to generate a link to the rule book. Keywords, so that's like a semantic approach. Keywords kind of lexical, like you just kind of like, here's the 4 keywords. We go look at the content. We try to find like content that has the same keywords. So we'll extract the keywords as well, like BM25 or something. And then the example answer is this other kind of approach where it's just like a semantic search. So like you take the example answer, you embed it, and you look through all the content and see if there's something that kind of looks the same. And then that's something that you can use as well. So these are just like 3 different ways to do retrieval for a RAG system. And in the end, what we'll do is we'll kind of do all 3. We'll pull that content together. We'll use a cross encoder. We'll stack rank the results. The context window for Claude is really big, um, but it'll be like the thing that it'll return is what we probably want it to return is the page, because we'll use the whole page in the window for Claude. So we'll dedupe the pages, then we'll do the cross encoder, stack rank it. Get 5 each, and if there's like more than 5, we'll use a cross encoder to pick one approach. The cross encoder would probably be. I have to think about that for a little bit, but because all these things are pulled different ways, probably use the whichever one we use. We're going to bias towards. Maybe it'll be the example answer, and then pull that out of the page. So anyway, so we'll do that. Um, we've got a couple of Pydantic models now. One of them are attributes. Another one is like just the base character information that we're doing here: race, character, class, and ability score. Um, these are all the tools. We'll need this for Claude. And then here's lookup rules info. This is the stub. Um, and it'll return some strings probably. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Um, so we define our Anthropic client. This is the converse. In the converse method, like the way that it works is like, you have some messages, you have a base character information. We'll build a UI for this, but just to test it, the user will say, "Hello, can you tell me more about the races?" This cache control is about prompt caching. Um, that just makes it cheaper to call over and over again. Up here, I think we do the same thing for the lookup rules. This is the last of the tools in the tool call, so it's gonna cache, should cache everything in the system prompt, and then it should cache all of the tool calls. You could set 4 points. So it's prompts, tool calls, and then I haven't done it yet, but um, yeah, here's the cache control for the system prompt. Um, but we'll also do the same thing for the last two messages in the chain, so that for long multi-turn messages, it'll be cheaper. So yeah, just printing this right now. I should use the logging debug. Yeah, import logging up here. Right. So here's the Claude call. We're using the most recent model where max tokens is a bunch. 1,000 should be enough for anything in any normal conversation. All the tools message history. Um, so if the constant type is just text, then the message is just whatever that text is. Um, Now, in calls where the tool use comes back, and we'll look at a couple of these cases when the tool use is the thing, then the text is usually like a chain of thought, like, oh, the first thing I need to do is use like this tool to do a thing. So, it's always the text and then the tool use call in the responses. The tool name, the argument, the input. This is what we've defined up here with this input schema. So we'll get back question, keywords, answers. Um, and so like if there's a tool name, there should be, but later on it should be like if tool name in, and then this is really all tools. Let's say we could do like tool names equals list, whatever, x dot doop. All right, so those are all the names. So if the tool name is in tool names, else. I don't think this is really possible, but we'll see. Is it possible? Probably not. We don't overwrite the message if it's some weird thing. Okay, so if it sets the character race, then the current player info, update the race. If it's character class, we upgrade the class. Super easy. These are enums, so we gotta do the unmarshalling thing. If it's get new ability scores, then we get some new scores. These are printed out here. I should probably hang these on the um, unmapped. And we'll pop this off. Optional list int Uh, yep, so those are the new scores. Then we can do some validation when they get set. Like, are these the right ones? Okay. If tool names the set the ability scores, then like that comes back with yeah, Stirdex, Con, Int, Wiz, Cha. So okay, here's a mismatch. We need these names and those names to match. So let's update these. Uh, all right. We need the full lowercase names attributes. Dexterity, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma, blah. Got it. We'll save that. All right, so now when we that should I think this should work. Hmm. I don't know why it starts this. Oh, because it thinks that I'm like tagging this on something, but I'm not. When it's moving on to the next phase of character creation, I should probably have like a custom message for this. Should be like, you've chosen this race and this, and these are your stats. Here's your updated whatever. So we need to yeah, look up rulebook. We still need to implement this. Um this will probably be recursive. Yep, probably be recursive, or maybe it won't be. I got to think about that. We'll probably have another function that like gets it, passes it back. It's something that'll get added on to the message history. Could be like a React framework thing. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then here, just for logging, just like rulebook info. If this comes back as so I should do this as if it's array of strings, then we could change that. Whatever. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Why am I? Yeah, I don't want to do this. This is something that the AI did. Okay, so the user says, hello, can you tell me more about the races? And then blah. All right, so let's see what we got here. Did I mess that up? Session. Oh, double quotes. Okay, got it. F rulebook information. What am I doing here that's wrong? F strings cannot include a backslash. Oh, yeah. It's some weird thing. NL equals. Super weird. Okay. What is missing here? Unmapped ability scores is missing. Oh. All right. So this is me just running the script, so it should, the user says, hello, can you tell me more about the races? And the response is, look up rulebook info. What are the main characteristics and traits of the core player races? Keywords, races, racial traits. That looks good. Example answer. The core races include blah, blah, with their key racial abilities and traits listed. Okay, all right. And then the formatting is general. Example one, example two. New line. Okay, that seems good. Okay, so can you tell me more about the classes? Let's test all these out, see if they work like we want them to. What are the basic descriptors characters? Okay, those are good. Um, so then I want to be a dwarf. A question mark. I want to be a dwarf. Good question. Do you? There's no reply here. What is that? Oh, because we're using logging debug here. Um, so, oh yeah, in this right here. Should be logging debug. And then I'm gonna, are there any other prints in here? That's that. Meh. Okay, cool. Um, so what is it? It's like a debug level. Bum, bum. Ah, debug. Whoop. Oh, is it in the wrong place? Uh, What? That doesn't seem. Is that for serious? Um, I thought there was an environment variable that you could set. Python debug. Turn on. I don't know if I have a Python debug build. -D. I don't think that's right. Yeah, it's crap. Okay, so I just set it up in here. I'll have to remove it later. What a pain in the butt. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Um, let's give. Oh, let me just do this. Mm, this. Already importing logging. Um, import logging. Oh, because I'm using logging down here. Yeah. I should be using the logger. Debig. No. Goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. That's fine. Okay, cool. Message content. I'll help you select the dwarf voice for your character. Let me set that for you. Type equals text. Actually, I like those messages. Maybe I shouldn't override them. Not by default. Okay, so that's that. You know, I should also print the. It's an F string. So we'll do that. At this point, it's probably better if I. What should I do? Maybe I should just. Let's do this first. I'll make sure they work, and then I'll create the a minimal UI in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, race looks good. What if I want to be a dwarf fighter? Um, name, okay. It says, I'll help you create your dwarf fighter. Let me set these choices for using available tools. Race, dwarf, then fighter. Yep, got them both in there. Hell yeah. And give me some attribute scores. Let's see how this goes. Hmm. Okay. What if I just say get me some attribute scores? 6, 8, 8, 8, 16, 17. Damn. There's no validation now that if I set the scores, it'll be anything like this. So it keeps on saying like what tool it's using. I think I should probably also have for each of these the reply that you want, because in the chain of thought it needs to say what tool it's going to use, and then it uses the tool. But in the tool itself, it needs to come up with a like a statement, something to give back to the player that doesn't mention, because the player doesn't need to know about the tools. That doesn't make any sense. Play some more music. All right, we're good. So far, this looks okay. This looks like it's gonna work. What are the other things that I need to do? I need to set the ability scores. I don't have any validation yet, but um, a insert a comment that indicates I want the ability scores set and give it the numbers for each ability. Just make the number. Just make the numbers for each of the 6 attributes. Uh, just like that. Fine. So I want me to actually do something here? Oh, it's gonna do something here. Okay, okay. So I want to be a dwarf. It does that. I'm gonna be a dwarf fighter. It's a crappy way to do it, but whatever. Oh yeah, let me also print CI. See if that okay. Now we get the dwarf and the fighter. And then we got the abilities. Strength, dexterity, constitution, 16, 12, 18, 10, 14, 8. Cool. Okay, looks like it works. Now, the other thing we need to do is the validation step. But do I want to do that right now? Use the unmapped set ability scores. Um, Available in the so they're probably gonna say something like give me the biggest scores. I wonder if you could just say something like so that they're best for my class. So this thing, we'll do this one more time. We'll get rid of that. We'll say like, be like, please set, please get me new scores. Actually, after you set, it should probably just immediately be set. Yeah, the best user experience would be like, I do this, do that, and then be like, here are your scores existing. Do you want to generate new ones? Yeah. But for now, we'll do it like this. Yeah. Is that working? Yeah. Bad request. A maximum of 4 blocks with cache control may be provided. Did I put? Oh, craps. I'm putting in cache control for these. Let's just get rid of them. Right. Strength, constitution, dexterity, wisdom, intelligence, charisma. Actually, that was pretty good. That's cool. That's cool. Let's do it one more time, see what it does. My temperature's high. It's 1.0, so Cool. Charisma can be a dope stat for fighters. Hey, this looks good. Okay. How do you know that dwarves get a +2 bonus to Constitution? That is unfortunate. I should just put that information in there. Where is it? Bum 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 bum. Plus minus. See, this is weird. I wonder if I should just build the. Gosh, if I start doing that though, if I just bake the race bonuses into the attributes. I mean, I don't want to do that everywhere because then I just build this big fragile system for rules. It'd be good if it could just apply it itself. Okay, so we'll come back to that. These racial features also, I think, this might not be useful. I don't think we're going to use this. We should do some text. I don't know about all this. But there was this table. We're not doing that. So that is that. Um, um, Wait, is this in here? No. Maybe I should just include all of this stuff. Game Master Player Build 1. Game Master Player Build 1. Markdown. Game master player build. Mark down. Oh, okay, gets that right. Did it add them in by itself? 7, 9. Okay, so the highest is 14. So it does the unmapped ability scores. Hmm. When it sets. So when using the set ability scores, just include those. Let's see if that works. Constitution is 14 plus 2 is 16. Hey, that looks good. I like it. Okay. We could do some basic math. Dig it. I wonder what would happen if I said um, that looks okay, but I'm gonna need a higher swap it with something else. Let's see if that'd be doing it. That looks good. Okay. But the other thing that I wanted to do when it sets, when I set the ability scores, then where is that? I want some code that'll do this. This isn't really a tool. It'll just be a method. Get it'll take in I could do an enum for this. Uh, Boom. Let's see. That looks good. Goes up. Boom. 10 low fantasy. If it's less than that, boom. So if it's less than beyond. What is beyond epic fantasy? Legendary fantasy. Ah, I like that. Boom. And then we'll get this. This is, what is it? I said adventure level, but it's really kind of called a campaign type. Get campaign type. Boom. Set ability scores. Boom. We got like that. Then do like this. Campaign. Boom. Should I store this somewhere? I mean, I could just compute it in here. I don't know. Scores. And then we'll call this, call it campaign type. And I know that epic is going to be a epic fantasy. That doesn't make good sense, but whatever. This is going to be a standard fantasy. Cool, 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 cool. All right, that looks good. Okay, so now we need to build. This is all in the, like the just the experiment. So here is the converse method in the Game Master Interaction 1. I want to give this a better name. So this is really about um, it's a chat. uh, Basic character info. Basic character info chat. All right. And what I need to do is I also need to when it returns the message, current player info, and then step complete. Uh, so the step complete equals false. Oops. But if they're ready to move on, step complete is true. And then I can move on to the next thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to refactor this too because I got a bunch of crap in here that doesn't need to go in here. And we'll call this basic character info chat. Okay. And then this crap is going to go into Game master player creation. This is where everything's going to get called from. Okay. Now, I know that this doesn't. Do I need to import this? I don't see any changes, bruh. What you doing? I don't see it. This doesn't make sense to me. What? Yeah, we gotta do the import logging. Sure. Loggers get logger. Okay. So it's really just this. Reject all. That's fine. I didn't mess it up. That's good. Make this whole thing as a test. What does this return? This returns a tuple. Tuple of string and base character info and boolean. I think that's right. Format it. Make sure it works. Basic character info. And now the logging debug stuff is somewhere else, so we won't see those, but we should see the game master stuff. Ah. Mm-hmm. 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 Character class didn't get set. Character class never got set. I think maybe this is better if I do this. Instead off the ability scores, I do this off of list event. I think that's actually more right. It's like the actual. So this whole thing. I mean, I could do all that here. But see, because then we're not. I think the racial modifiers go on after. Okay, attribute name must be a string. I think I could just do a lookup with it like this, though. Cost table dot get x. It's like this. So like whatever the score is, like boom. I mean, technically, it's probably possible. It is possible to get a 3. Is it likely? No. 4, 6, 8, 12, 16. So this is like, that would be wild. So up here we go. Is this symmetric? No, it's not symmetric. So these go up a little slower. 14 minus 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 3, 3, 4. That's 2, 3, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. I made that up. I'm sure the real one's somewhere else. Campaign type legendary fantasy. $17, so that's 13 plus 10, that's 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30. Yep, that is legendary fantasy. Wonder how easy it is to get to that. The default should all be 10 too. There we go. High fantasy. That's cool. That's cool. So you do standard rolling, you're actually like somewhere up in here most of the time. I didn't realize that. Uh, okay, do I want to work on the game mechanics or like the chat next? Uh, well, I could still do some tweaking in here, but let's just like get a chat going so that I can test it easier. Uh, do I have? Yep. So I got a Python notebook up. Yep. Here it is. Now, where's the Python notebook? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to keep it open. Okay, so what is it that I'm gonna need? I need to refactor it a little bit. File. It's gonna be like character. So I need field optional, a bunch of other stuff. What am I not using? Boom, boom. I don't need logging in here. Huh. Character info, import. Ability scores and base character info. All right, optional. Boom. Am I using an enum in here? No. Do I use this? Yep, must. Okay. So I need to import these also into we'll use those. Pydantic could not be resolved. That's just not true. I'm gonna move all that stuff down a little bit and just organize it some. Okay. That's one refactor. Now I've got all of these methods in here. Do I need them to be somewhere else? No. Now, eventually I will use lookup rulebook somewhere else. I will use that somewhere else. So let's just go ahead and move this somewhere else. That's part. We'll save this as lookupwebook.py. And then be like that. Import logging. Let's get that logger. Let's see. We need some types. Stick to any and list. Tick list. Oh, do Danny. That's good. Okay, so we got our system prompt. We've got the tools that are local. This one, ready to move on, is probably going to be used in other places, but it's not a big deal. Get the campaign type. I mean, these could be in utils, but they work fine here. So this is going to be a linear flow. That's why I'm using this Boolean here. Okay, so this is the okay, so these are my tests. Now, over here, this is going to be the kind of base flow, and I need to import that from basic character info chat. Import basic character info chat. So we got some messages. We got our base character info. I don't know if I need this one yet. We'll see. Well, not complete. So this is, how do we want to do this? So I could build like a minimal Streamlit app that just does the chat. In order to do that, I could run it locally. I got Python, I got my notebook up though. Um, So I could do it like this, and then here I can say like, um, let's do it. This is, yeah, not Jupiter, but whatever. This is Game Master Player Creation. Um, Hi. Hi. Welcome to character creation. I'll help guide you through creating your character step by step. Let's start with choosing your character's race. Here are the available races. Uh, let's use human. Hello. Messages.append. So here's my user input. Ah, I did not append dirt. Hello. Each race. Okay, I want to do human. Excellent choice. Now what? Uh, so now you chose a new race. Okay, so there's a note. I need to make sure that the GM moves to the next question after each function call. Okay, All right. Here are the available classes. This would be a rogue. Let's go rogue. Such class. Okay. So right now, I generated the new scores and it just printed them out. Let's see. New ability scores generated. I need to do some new line work around that. Yep. Work better? Okay. Um, what should I assign them? Yes, make it so. This is gonna be a high fantasy. Super cool. Thanks. Character completion's done. That's great. Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and charisma. It says high fantasy. Is that right? That seems like monsterly high. 9, 10, 11. Oh, 9 is -1. 11 is 1, so those cancel. 12, 15, 16, so it's 2 plus 7. 19. 19. Yeah. All right. That's pretty good. So I think just the thing that I need to improve with the prompting is moving on to the next step. So I wonder if I could do that just with. I wonder if I could do that just with a prompt. Only proceed when each step is properly completed. A step is properly. Please prompt the user to take the next step by telling them what it is. And looks like the language model just automatically generates if the next step is generating stats, please go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll do it like this. I wonder if we have a better way to print this out so this is prettier. Um, you can hide unmapped ability scores and need to use the strings from the race class enums. Format it to look like a D&D player sheet. Yeah. That is gonna be cool. All right. All right, let's go. Oh, we should start it off by sending a message and hiding it. Where is the generatability? No, not here. Character info. No. That we just edited. Here we go. Depends. Type quit at any time to exit the program. So we'll take one of these. I mean, we could can this, and I will eventually. Hi. Very simple. And then half orc. I'm not doing the prompt caching here either, so I have to fix that. Let me record your race choice first. Well, I gotta be barbarian, right? Okay, is that done? Huh? Okay. That's broken. Messed that up. Is that the... Okay. Only proceed to each step. Next step is properly completed. What am I messing up here? So, why is it doing that? Not quite sure. Make me prettier. Okay. Beautiful. No. Uh, I want to be a wizard. Okay. Thanks. Now what? Um, can you give me some new? Give me some new stats. Oh, those are better. Those look good. Half orc wizard. Very nice. Perfect. So there's something weird about legendary fantasy half orc wizard with some ability scores. Oh, that doesn't quite line up. Let's whoop. Nope. Delete 3. Bad at counting. We could randomly generate a name too. That'd be pretty dope. There's something with um there's something with this prompt where it stomps a lot. So what is the best way to deal with that? So I'm just gonna leave this as is, but I think this is what I want to change. Um, so if the tool name is in the tool names, okay, so first I want to return messages. So I'm going to do return messages is going to be a list. Doop doop. And then here, return messages. Role. Roles assistant. Type. It's basically actually just, it's actually what this response is. So it's actually just this content to dictionary, right? Um, do I have that method? Um, So I think it's just Pydantic, right? No, 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 no. I don't need JSON mode. Message examples. Yeah, what are the models? No, 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 no. I want like the actual message models. No, no, no. You don't understand me. Pretty sure they're using Pydantic. Model dump. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Do I want to do it like this? I could. So there's some messages that I want to put in the message chain for the language model to know that it's been done, and there's other things that I want just to go to the UI. And if the number of messages is larger than, yeah, let me do it like that. So if the number of messages is larger than one, then I need to get another one. And um, it's a placeholder for crap. Okay. So down here, I don't want to do it like that. What I need to do is I need to remind me what these look like. Just a message. I mean, I got some way back here, right? Text block, content, text. So it's type equals text. So AI message ain't nothing. This is the tool message. And then we'll do return messages plus equals, and then text equals that. Type. So text. Role is assistant. So I need another. So here, what I need to do, so I'm going to do it like this, but now, so just do all that. Let's see if that works. Python basic character info. Character info, line 337. 37. A response is a list. So instead of plus equals dict, I should do like append, which I think should be the same, but I don't know. We'll see. Format that. Thank you. Text up, increase your fighter. First, this is blah 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 blah. That looks good. Line 332. Where is that? Character info CI. So like input. I just want input and name. I don't want the ID. So I need to pop the ID. Doesn't matter. Content message. This is like a total input equals this. Dot pop ID. I don't want that in there. So this is 1 through 36. What is it really telling me? 336 CI. Oh, this is like if ability scores. Oh. So I need to like okay. Let's try that. What you got? So the role is right. It doesn't like the role because whenever I put these messages in like this, when I put tool message in like this, do. Let's just do it like this. roll is required, and I got a roll. Boom. Where is the um, text reply equals this? Is the assistant. And then we'll stuff it in there. Good. Type text. Extra inputs are not permitted. You don't like that. Okay. So I can't do it like this. So what I gotta do, I need to take the reply and format it into a single message with content. And that's what I got to put in the message chain. So in the message chain, it'll be like observation, action, result, that whole thing. And then after it does something, it needs to do that follow-up part. So really what I'm doing here is so return messages could be more than one. And the messages are going to be formatted like this. They've got an assistant role, they've got a content text. No, I got it like this. Okay. So down here, I got this tool message. So I'll put the tool message up top. And I'll get rid of this part. Now here's my tool input. Can't do it here. So I got my tool input. Yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff. So the tool message gets stuff added on. As a matter of fact, I should add this stuff first. So it's like F. Okay. So there was some information that occurred. So here's like so I want, what do I want to do? I want to create a new message. So follow message is the role is the assistant. Type is text. in the content is first we put in the return message 0 content. Return messages 0 content. Silly. That's the follow-up message. It's this one. And then what if we just call ourselves? What did we get passed in? We got passed in message history. Here's the message history plus this new follow-up message. This is going to increase latency, and I know it. Follow-up messages. Return messages. This equals follow-up messages. Dirt. Messages, and then I'm going to return then this could go deep, but I hope it doesn't. Return messages plus follow-up messages. The new CI and the new complete. Ready to move on. Okay. Oh, F. All right, whatever. And I can fix that because I know there's a way that they like it. Fine. Return messages. This is a list. This is always a list. This tuple. List string. Is that really? It's a list of dict string to string, because right now I'm not creating images yet. So this is here. So let's put some debugs in it. Grant return messages and follow-up messages. I see what you're saying. Okay, bro. I should probably just do like a append. CI. Oh, that's current player info. You're probably right. Extra inputs are not. Why am I messing this up? Role content. Oh, it's because this is wrongly formatted. Role content. Yeah. Content in here goes like this. Type equals text. Type is text. Text is that. I mean, I could just append content to the same message. Is there a reason to do that or not? I keep forgetting that these are structured differently than the OpenAI ones. So here my follow-up messages should be so I don't want to include this message in it. So this is going to be text. Here is what the tool did. So I'll send this as a user message. I won't append it. So this is just like, okay, tool did this. Now what? Did uh, it's not fast. Okay. So, hello, I'll create you outdoor fighter. No, this isn't right. This is just not right because of the, yeah. Nah, this isn't right. Okay. Assistant content. Yeah, I think this is right. Input should be a value. One. Getting close. Getting close. Didn't blow up. not assigned. So these, when there is a thing, need to have a little bit more space. Wait, this should be 28. Yeah. Ooh, 4. Yeah. What happens in this? Afraid that's just running away. There's something else going on here. So okay. Tool name, tool arguments. Adding stuff to the tool message. If there is a tool message, then that means we made a change and we need to generate a follow-up message. No follow-up. And we only want to go one deep. Follow up is true. If this is this and not this, and follow up. Follow up equals false. Get one. We'll return the messages. Messages this. So we got the full history. Plus, it should be plus the return messages plus the follow-up message. All of that, what we just did, and this prompt to get like the next step. Then if the tools are complete, only proceed when the next step is properly completed. Okay. You're not using periods other places. I can get rid of those. I'm cool with that. Or maybe it does. It does use it for the bullets. It does use it other places. Okay, there's the build instructions and markdown format. So the thing that we get here, that prints that whole thing. 1, 2. Okay. Let's try that. This should work better. Crazy versatile, great. Now I'm a dwarf fighter. Those are decent. Charisma is below average, and this says please fix it. Charisma is fixed, and then it's done. That's great. That's great. Okay. It's fairly snappy as well. Okay. So whenever it goes in here, let me set this caching system. Boom. Here. Okay. And then here we're gonna go like for MSGN message history. We can go through all of them. Wait, I want to do it in reverse. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think it's the last two. So I need to do it in reverse. Message. Cache control. So I in the beginning, be two messages, and I want the most recent message only to have the flag key, debit key. That's okay, but uh, uh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's see how that be doing. Extra inputs. Okay, how do I do cache control for prompt caching? Text. So it's got to go. Multi-turn. It's in the content. So it's got to be just the last two user messages. So the last one is always a user message. Okay. So it needs to be the last two messages where the role is user and the cache control key is set on the content 0 element. That part is good. Yeah. Like this. This one looks good. User message. Yeah, but I this doesn't work, right? Because need to maintain the full message history for the next steps. What? I don't understand what that is doing. So here the message history. I don't get that. I don't understand. So like could you just iterate through the messages and reverse and set the cache control key for the first two you find where the role is user and continue. So here we go. We're going to reverse the messages if the role is user and it's got a content. And set the cache control in it. Oh, this is like uh, Stop it. So it's going to go backwards through the message history if the message role is user and it's got content and the number of messages found is still less than 2. Then we'll set cache control for it and it's set boom to 1. If we go through and the user messages found is 2 or greater, and go to the rest of it, and it's got cache control set, then pop it. And then, yeah, and then this will speed up those follow-ups as well. Okay. I think this is right. I think this is right. So how does this change things in other parts of the code? Well, this AI response now looks like a role with content with text. And so here, messages is role, content, and stuff. I get this AI response, and I gotta be like, for the message in this response, print message content for text content in message content, because there could be multiple content list in the message content, print gm text content text. So I think that's that. So that all looks good. I'm going to do those prints. Everything in here should be the logger. And we'll see. That one. Burp, burp. Oh, yeah. GM. Welcome to the character creation process. I'm going to help you guide. So actually, what we can do, we can improve the loading time by just using this. So instead of this, we'll just print the same thing each time. Print that puppy. And we'll use like the big quote. Welcome to character creation. Let's start by this. Let's use a half elf. So, and okay. So in here, race successfully set. Random character class is successfully set. New ability scores are generated. This is going to be an epic type. These have been set successfully. Ready to move on isn't gonna be a thing. This is what I found in the rule book, and then I'll deal with this at a later date. So here, so if it goes through the tool message, here's what the tool did. What should we do next? What do we do next? Get some follow-up messages. Hopefully it's just text. These are both arrays with dictionaries in them. So if it gets modified, we'll know it. Got it. This just is from nowhere, right? It's hallucinating. Oh, no, actually, there's some stuff in here about that, right? And the build instructions. Half elf. It's got this info. That's it, though. It's all a hallucination. Character races. And here there's a racial description. I mean, I can include this character race. And let's just we can do this too. Let's just is that really how we want to do it? That doesn't seem like I want to do it that way. It's doing pretty well just maintaining its own. I don't know if I need a structure for this. It could just be strings that are the bonuses. It's, I can come back to this. Not a big deal. Build instructions. Uh, I don't think it's gonna. No, we'll leave that as is. No, that's good. What? Content zero type. Why is this a thing? Content zero pop cache control. Hmm. Something's missing the type. Um, it's got to have a type here because that's literally checking it. There, the type is tool use. Here, the type is text. Let's see, content. Response. Am I messing this up? Type. So the user, here's the messages. Oh, this isn't right. No, this isn't right. Yeah, okay. Half elf. Yep, we know this. Let's do it. And then it'll do it. Then it'll be like, here's the follow up. What? It's a little stiff. I gotta work on the personality. Okay, let's go with Bard. No, a ranger. Uh, class. Okay, now you're half elf and ranger. And determine your ability scores. Rangers typically need good scores in dexterity, wisdom, and constitution. What are my scores now? What are my scores now? Uh, we have base ability scores here. Uh, those are pretty average. Bump them up. I'll generate a new set of ability scores that might be more heroic for your character. Okay, so now the scores are not being printed out anywhere. That's good. Yeah, let's go with those. Yes. I'm done. Thanks. Okay, so it's not completing. No, 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 no. So it'll never do this. If the length of this is greater than 1, so it's always going to be true. Okay. So follow-up has to be true. So that means there's a tool. So this is small. Is this hidden? It's false. It should not do this. Getting next message. I'll follow up. Getting a follow-up message. Why is this not recognizing this? When the user has chosen the race, class, and set their ability scores and or isn't this like abilities, skills, and what was the other thing that they get? Feats, skills, feats, and equipment. Skills, feats, and equipment. we need to confirm once. All right. Let's try this. So caching is working so far, so that's good. I've tried most of these. Let's go with the gnome. Wizard 2. Yes, thanks. Hmm. This score's kind of keep going. So if there's a tool call, maybe just keep it going. So far, maybe there's like a maximum recursion depth that I should allow it to have. I mean, here I'm just saying like follow up. But I could say follow ups equals 5. No, that's a lot. Let's go with 3. Follow ups is 3. What? Is this busted? No? Okay. So follow ups equals 3. And then down here, follow ups greater than 0. Uh, -1. So it goes in, it'll be like that. Boom, 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 boom. Down, up. Human. I like humans. Wizard. Okay. Um, so why is that the case? This should not be. So the campaign is Epic. It doesn't get updated. So I want to fix that because that seems wrong, right? Low fantasy is 10 points. Look at these scores. Got a 12, two 11s, and a 9. 12, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. This is absolutely a low fantasy. Mm. Oh, maybe I should do this here just in case. That's where it's actually done. Yeah. Work. Oh, it's just a half orc. Sure. That's close enough. Let's see. Please. Do you say please to an AI? Sometimes. So that's all of that. And so scores. One thing that I want to do here, and this is just for this one. Okay. I need to, maybe this is like in the abilities. Okay, so let's put this calculation in the ability scores. We're going to put that in the character info. And we'll port get campaign type into here. Character class, yeah. And then yep. So I need an init here. And when a new base character info is made, we need to generate ability scores and then campaign type. You need to boop equals that. And then boop equals that. Using this. Yeah, good in it. Boom. Is that cool? Looks good. Uh, line 16. Did I mess something up? Um, oh, yeah, that looks good. Wait. Boom. Why does it do that? Ooh, man. You don't need to do that yet. Like, present available races, explain racial bonuses, traits. They do not need to select their bonus. Um, they do not need to select their bonus ability scores yet. They must select their bonus ability scores yet. If applicable. Maybe it's something that was imported from the build here. Choose a race. Class, characters class is all this stuff. Each player, single favorite class. Here are the core classes and all info. This. Race. That's that. Okay. Dwarf. Dwarf, okay, I'll be good dwarf characters. Very spelling one to his constitution, wisdom, charisma. I'm gonna go your reason. I choose the reason is dwarf. Select your character class. Here's the core ones. Dwarfs, let's be a cleric. A cleric. Constitution and wisdom. Yeah. Okay, for a cleric, wisdom is fires. And you have to assign these scores to your ability scores. Okay, so like I want this to be a low fantasy. You. Yeah, that should be good enough. It should know enough to like rescore them. Who scores? Oh. Scores. Where do these numbers come from? I don't know. 15, 16. I think they are okay, right? I don't think anybody's going to go down this path. This is complete waste of time, but 15 and a 16, 17. 17 minus 2 is 15. That's standard fantasy. 6, 8, 9. That's not even low fantasy. That's like abominable ball. I think anybody's going to go down this passes. Oh, that's fine. Yep. Looks good. It's not exiting at all. Okay, so there's something fundamentally broke here. So I'll fix this and then I'll be done for the day. Step complete. So, is it that it's always pulling a tool? Uh, it doesn't matter if it's always pulling a tool. Why is it not? Is it not calling it? We set it to false. If so, if follow-ups are greater than 0, 0, and not so here I'm just going to print something. Print the tool name. Non-wizard. Set race. That looks good. Set class. That looks great. Get new ability scores. Okay. Perfect. So why is it setting this again? Thanks. Yes. Okay, well, it worked this time. But the ability scores never got set. So uh, but that's not right. Here's what the tool did. Like here is the so up here, actually, when we come in, user message template equals um, current character sheet. And then the user input. Here's the character sheet. Here's the user input. Messages. So here I'm just handing all the messages, but shit. So if I want to do this, I need the user. New user message has to get passed in, and then I can use it in the template. So maybe I just include it in the follow-up message. This is the most recent. I think that's probably the thing to do. Is this here? It's the most recent version of the character sheet. So here's the user. Here's what the last tool did. The character sheet. What do we do next? Human. Yes. Make it a fiber. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so that works. It's super fragile though. It's easy to mess with it. I'll see what I could do about that later, but so far so good. can chat with the game master, create your basic ability scores, race and class. It's kind of fragile, but I don't want to deal with that yet. Next, should I do the retrieval augmented generation thing next? I think I should, because that's how I'm going to get the information for the equipment. Okay, so got the build working pretty well. Notes. So this is where I'm at. To implement the RAG system to get info the rule books. And I can use that for equipment shopping. For everything really, skills feats. Because I don't want to, so I hard coded the races and the classes. Do I need to do the same thing for the skills? I think I might. I don't know. It just gets to be a lot though, because there's each class has a different set of skills. Like I'd rather just look those up if they're in there. So I need to investigate the skills feats for class race. Should it be a table lookup class thing or rag? Yeah, that's the question. So then after that, so I'm also gonna need to create, like I've got these character classes, character info. I've got the base character info. So I'll need to create like the rest of the character. Derp. Info that includes those things. Then then I think I have at that point I think I have a fully formed character. Yep. All right. I think that's it for the day. And I think that's what I need to do next. Cool. Thank you all.